Hey everyone, it's Rich from ScryMeARiver. I hope you had a great holiday season and a happy new year. We've been doing a lot of repack openings lately, and we're going to get back to doing repacks next week. But today I have a little bit of a different video for you. Today we're going to be doing a new type of video I'm going to call Collecting for Fun and Profit. Yeah. That's a good name for a video series, I guess. So today we'll be talking about BGS graded cards. Ooh. And if this video gets some views, maybe we'll do more in this series about vintage, legacy, modern, standard, reserve list cards. We'll probably do more videos anyways if I have fun doing this, which I probably will, because who doesn't like talking about magic? Okay. So first off, what is a graded card, or what's a BGS graded card? So graded card is a card that is graded. Yeah, pretty simple, no need to explain. But really there's a few companies out there that will they'll take your cards and they'll examine them, and then they'll grade them between like 1 and 10 for condition, and then they'll seal them up in a nice little case like this. They'll put a little grade on it for you. And BGS and PSA are the two main ones. BGS is Beckett Grading Service, and PSA is Professional Sports Authenticator. So there's pros and cons to each of them, and in the end it's basically your preference. You can collect all from one company or all from the other company, or you can have a mix of both. There's whatever makes you happy in your heart, you know what I mean? So graded cards have some pros and cons as well. The most obvious con is that you can't play with the cards anymore since they're sealed in these cases. You could play with them, like you could take the card and then you could crack open the case and take it out, but then you just have a regular card anymore. It's no longer valuable as a graded card. Like you can get it regraded if you want, but that just seems like a lot of work. The second problem with graded cards is that they take up more space than regular cards. So like this right here, this is 4 BGS graded cards. And then this right here is a stack of like 75-ish ungraded cards. You can see that these 75 ungraded cards take up less space than these 4 graded cards. So storage is a major consideration when you're collecting these kinds of cards, which I'll go over in another video. But the pros of having graded cards are that the card is authenticated to be real, so you don't have to worry about getting sold a counterfeit card. There's a few exceptions here and there, but for the most part, these companies are really good at what they do, and they're going to be better than most people like you or me just at weeding out counterfeits. The next pro is that usually a graded card is worth more than its non-graded counterpart. So that's a really big deal if you're looking to collect cards to turn a profit on them. It's always great to have it graded. And lastly, most obviously, when you buy a graded card, it comes with the grade on it. So you know exactly what condition you're going to be getting the card in. This is a 9, and it will, like for Beckett, it will give you these subgrades. I don't know if you can really see them here on the camera, but it has centering, edges, corners, and surface, and it gives them each a grade also. So you know not only the overall grade of the card, but you know each portion of the card when it comes to Beckett. For PSA, they just do the standard grade 1 to 10. But that's a big thing, because you don't have to worry about getting a card and someone's like, oh, this card is near mint, and then you get it and it's actually not too bad, but you can still see there's a little whitening. I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but there's a little whitening in the corners, and the card's it's not mint condition, right? So you don't have to worry about that with graded cards. You get for what you pay for. So the next question is where you can actually get these cards. So there's two really easy answers. You can either get them from someone who's already had them graded, or if you have like the raw ungraded cards like these, right? You can take these and submit them to the company, to like BGS or PSA, and they'll grade it for you. And then they'll return it. They'll return it all slabbed up and nice for you. And that's a good option for you. Except you have to keep in mind that it will cost you some money. It's not a free process, and it's going to take a while for you to get the cards graded and sent back to you. So it's not going to be something that happens overnight. I can do a video on that later, like how to get your cards graded. But basically the cost is based on like how many cards you're sending in at once, and like how quickly you want the cards back. So if you're going to be sending in several hundred cards, the per card cost is going to be lower. But again, it's also, you're sending in a couple hundred cards, so that's going to be pretty expensive overall. The second way, which is a good way, is to just buy the cards already graded. You know the grade already. You don't have to wait as long. It's going to be a little more expensive per card most of the time. So, you know, just like weigh your options, see what's best for you, what you like, what you're thinking of doing, what you want to do. You can get them off eBay, or there's some high-end groups on Facebook that sell cards. There's not really a shortage of places to get the cards. As for what to collect or what's worth getting graded, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking to get cards graded that you really like, or you just want to collect the cards that mean something to you, then just get what you want. That's all. Whatever makes you happy. But if you're looking to get cards that are going to go up in value and that you can keep it as an investment in the future, you're going to want to get cards like from Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, Arabian Nights, Antiquities, those kind of cards. And you want to get them at high grades like 9s or 9.5, or I mean 9.5s or 10s. I've found that the 8.5s and the 9s for a lot of these older cards are actually under costed, so you can a lot of times pick up an 8.5 graded or 9 graded for about the same cost as it would cost you to get the card raw. So if you see that for these older cards, you're definitely going to want to snap that up, because that is a great deal. And you but otherwise you want to be getting these older kind of cards, these older sets, reserve list cards, and high grades. That's what's going to go up. If you see any like alpha beta cards or anything like that, antiquities, and they're lower value, like commons, and you can pick them up for like 10 to 20 bucks, you want to snap those up, because you're not going to even be able to get the cards graded for that cheap. So lastly, I just want to say keep an eye out in the new year for some sweet deals on graded cards. January is a good month to pick up cards, because in December a lot of people overspend, and then the bills come in January, so they have to sell some cards in order to make ends meet. So this is a good time to really pick up some good deals on some graded cards that you normally wouldn't be able to afford. So that's it for this first episode of Collecting for Fun and Profit, BGS edition. I really hope that you enjoyed it and learned something useful. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, so I know you want to see more of it. And I'll be back soon with another eBay repack for you to enjoy. till then, enjoy this two-headed giant from Beta 8.5, and have a Happy New Year, and I hope you're all doing great and having fun. We'll see you next time.